God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Shore Speak podcast. So, today we had the great opportunity of speaking to an artist, producer, podcast host, and an array of names or titles that can justify the things that he can do. So, today we had the great pleasure of speaking with another artist from Trenton, New Jersey by the name of Kilogram. And Kilogram has been in the game for a while, and he done made some pretty big strides. So y'all sit back and take a listen to this interview and enjoy these nuggets of information he gonna give us. Thank you so much for giving me some of your time. I really appreciate that. How long have you been out here in the game?
I've been in the rap game since I would say '99. Since '99, so I can't add the math up real quick. I had a long thing, but if it's 20 years, but I've been chasing it. I've been chasing it like commercially, trying to get a deal, like probably for like about 12 years. So I would say anywhere from like 2001 to around 2014, 15. I was moving through, chasing, trying to get a record deal. I had a couple record deals. You know what I mean? I was signed to Atlantic. I had a production deal down in Atlanta with this company called Red Zone Entertainment.
Okay.
I was signed to a company called Bomb Threat. And I had a couple different, and Wanye from Boys II Men had a small record label that he had did, and I was an artist on that label as well too. So I had a long history with the music.
Wow, and you made some pretty good connections while you was out here doing that music, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I had like 4 videos as new joint of the day on 106 and Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had a lot of stuff on MTV Jams and BET. Even I had some records on BET Uncut. You know what I'm saying? When they were doing the late night joints, you feel me?
Right. So
I've been moving.
yeah, you've been moving, making strides, and I see you do a lot of different things. So
Right.
all of the music that I listened to, as far as what's popping you did, that was cold.
Yeah, okay, so you went and tapped in a little bit.
Yeah, I went and tapped in a little bit. I want to see what you're doing out here. So I went and tapped in a little bit. You got 2.2K views on that. I mean, but you ripped it. You tore that up.
Yeah. We just had dropped that like when it came out. I guess the artist that owns that record name is Jack Harlow or whatever. So I thought it was a cool little song. So I got with some guys, from the hood, and we did our Trenton Jersey version to that joint. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it was lit. I had fun. You know what I mean?
yeah, y'all laid that down. So when you out here performing, like, what's your favorite song to perform, or do you have one?
Yeah, well, I have a song that everybody knows me by. I have a song called Jersey. It's the anthem, and that's the song that it played on like Hot 97, Power 99. It played on. Of course, it was New Joint of the Day on 106 and Park. It was a big record for me. I got it right up in the Source magazine, Double XL. And then also, it got so hot in the street that Naughty by Nature reached out and wanted to become one of the picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's big stuff, man. That's big stuff.
So then, that record for me turned into Naughty by Nature, Poor Righteous Teachers, Lords of the Underground. They all reached out to be on the remix to that record. So here I am. I'm younger than those guys, but just to be able to do songs with guys that I looked up to and grew up listening to, off of a record they seen on TV, they wanted to be a part of it. That was monumental. But right now with COVID, I haven't really been doing any shows. You know what I mean? I've just been cranking out a bunch of material, like shooting videos, doing a lot of remix to classic hip hop records. Like we just did I just remixed Snoop and Dr. Dre's Deep Cover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you gotta check that one out. We did, that song Deep Cover. Me and my man Trent.
Yeah.
We jumped that and did the remix to that and dropped it for the streets. I got a mixtape coming out, so I always like to warm them up and give them records that they heard with my flavor on it, just to show niggas that I'm still relevant. You know what I mean?
Right. You still relevant. You still out here making the music that's popping.
Yeah. But my love now is podcasting, though. I got a real strong love for that. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like my transition after music is to do. You know, I was inspired by Joe Buttons and of course Gilly the Kid and you know Wallow and you know Joe Rogan, Mike Tyson. Like you know all the people out here doing podcasts and they running up a bag on that shit.
Right.
You know, yeah, I saw that as an opportunity during COVID to say this is what I can do where I can't be boxed in. You know, there's no age limit in podcasting. You feel me? You can't say, damn, he's 40, still rapping. You know what I'm saying? You can't say that in podcasting because, you know what I mean? So that's why, I fucks with podcasting. Not to mention it's lucrative as far as if you can get advertisers, you know, you can get celebrity guests. You know, it could be a lucrative business for you. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I am listening with all ears open. Keep talking. I mean, that's exactly what I was saying to you. Like, I want to ask you more. So how long have you been doing the podcasting?
Wow, like, honestly, I've been doing podcasting since COVID started. Like, so COVID been going like a strong 9 months. That's as long as I've been doing it, man. It's like, you know, money slowed up, you know, because even though I'm not an artist, like, running around here doing a ton of shows, you know, I was still getting features locally. You know what I'm saying? Because of my resume. So artists would pay me to jump on songs, and then when COVID hit and people lost their jobs, money started slowing up. Now I got a 9 to 5 too, but the other little money I was making on the side with music was always helping shit in the crib too. Right. So when that up, I was like, damn, I got something to bring some income in. So, you know, I found myself, instead of listening to the radio, I was always watching podcasts. Every day I would get up, clean my house, turn on $1 million worth of game, or turn on Joe Budden's podcast, and then I just say, you know what? This is the time for me to do it. So I just paid for a backdrop, came up with a name. When the backdrop came in the mail, I said, okay, it's on. Now I got to find a studio. Boom. You know, then I went on Facebook and I found this one pretty girl. She was always on live telling jokes, and I ain't know her from a can of paint. I was like, yo, I need a female for my podcast. You want to do it? She ain't know me either. She was like, bet, let's do it. When you doing it? I was like, yo, my first show gonna be in April. It's like March around this time. Okay. And she was like, oh, just send me the address. I'll be there. So she came, and then I had another guest that I had another co-host that was supposed to be my co-host, but when COVID hit, he got cold feet. He was like, yo, I'm pulling out of the podcast because this COVID shit, so I can't do it. And he canceled on the day of the show, the first show. So I had to have the engineer that's at the studio. I said, look, I need you to sit here and act like a co-host, man. But guess what? Now he turned out to be my permanent host.
I bet he was happy for that opportunity.
Right. So, you know, just to tell you a little bit about the podcast, you know, we are now on our 18th episode. And we interviewed Capone from CNN. We interviewed Tim Hardaway from the Miami Heat. We've interviewed Malachi Richardson from the Sacramento Kings in the NBA. I just interviewed Santana Moss from the Washington Redskins last week. Today I interviewed OT The Real, which is like one of the dopest Caucasian MCs coming out of Philadelphia, Boston area. He got a couple deals on the table. He's done songs with everybody from Beanie Siegel to Jada Kiss. You know, he got Snoop Dogg and Shaquille O'Neal sharing content on their pages. So I just interviewed him today. I got an interview coming up with Soleil. I don't know if you remember the old school rapper Soleil from the early 2000s.
I believe I do.
Yeah, she had a song with JT Money called, remember that song, Who That, Who That, Who That, Who That, Who That, Who That, Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was on that song. So I got her now. I got Tracy Lee from, he had the song, Ooh, It's Party Time. I got him coming on the show. I'm booked up all the way to March right now. Like, I'm booked up, like, from now to the second week in March, and it's a blessing, man. You know, like I said, other people, Philadelphia rappers. I had E-Net, he used to be with Making the Band. I had Reed Dollars on the show. I had K-Shine from Harlem, which is one of the #1 battle rappers. So in that 9-month period, I've been blessed to have nothing but celebrity guests. You know what I mean, on the show.
Yes.
It's going up, man. You know, it's going up. We don't have all the subscribers that we growing, and it's gonna be successful, man. I got a good feeling about the podcast.
Shout out to Kilogram. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time. That was a great interview. He gave us some awesome information, and as you can see, throughout his time in the music industry, he made some great strides. He met many excellent people. So thank you for joining me on the Short Speak podcast, and stay tuned in for the second part of this interview. Peace.